It's the 996 culture, working from 9 a.m. in the morning till 9 p.m. at night, 6 days a week. But there is something like when I think back to like my earliest successes in business, although 996 was not anything I'd ever heard of, that's really about how much I worked when I was in DC starting my first company, right? It might have actually been like 6 6. Well, I don't want to say six. That sounds terrible, but it would. Like I'd be in the office at 6 a.m. I'd work till 6 p.m. and I was there Monday through Saturday, right? So I was doing 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Um, I agree. I don't know if it's Hormozy, if it's Gary Vee or someone that was saying it recently, like if you're
Okay.
in your 20s, you've got to be working like that because it will only make your 30s and 40s and 50s
Yeah.
that much better. If you're trying to work as little as possible in your 20s, unless you've got a trust fund or right the stars aligned and you've got a career that AI isn't coming for, right? You that's the time to be all in on it. You don't have the responsibility. You don't have the need for time with family at that point. It just makes perfect sense to me if you're in your 20s to be like I almost said crushing it like that, but working like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think there needs to be I do think there needs to be some boundaries there. But yeah, if I probably did that too. You know, like when you're in your 20, if you're in your 20s, you're building a business, you have to work a lot. Some of this whole hustle culture stuff, though, I think in the last few years has kind of gotten a little bit like over the top. I think you need to have. I've found as I got older, ironically, like I worked, I probably worked a lot in my 20s as I think about it. And I made a lot of really good money, so like it worked out well. But as I also think about it, as I've gotten older now in my 30s, I've actually made a lot more money prioritizing things a little bit better and also prioritizing taking care of myself better. That I feel like that helps you go the distance in the long run. See, you've got to have some boundaries there, but yeah, if you're starting a business and you're young, like especially in the beginning of your career, you've got to work a lot. And also, as someone coming from New York, where everybody works, like ridiculous hours, um, there's also a lot of peer pressure around. It's easy if you run your own company, but if you're a banker working at a big firm like Goldman or
There's
some of these,
expectation there, right?
yeah, if everybody else is at the office until 2 o'clock in the morning, 6 to 7 days a week, which is very common. I know a lot of people who do it. It's hard to be the guy who goes home at 8 p.m. Because you're viewed as slacking. So it's not easy when you're not the owner of the company. I get that too.
Yeah,